But let me ask you this question. So the pictures on TV of the suffering in Ukraine are real. Some of them are incredibly heart-wrenching. It's not the only suffering in the world, but it's real suffering. The argument from limited people like Maria Salazar is, well, people are suffering. We have to commit arms. You've been in conflicts firsthand. Does our committing arms necessarily relieve the suffering on the ground? That's their assumption. Is it true?
No, not whatsoever. No. This whole idea, number one, that we have a responsibility to protect every single place where human tragedy is occurring is just absolutely ridiculous on its premise. If that's the case, then we need to reinstate the draft, again, sell it to the American people, because there's a lot of horrible human tragedy taking place throughout the world. But us simply adding arms to this, especially in a conflict like this, when we're cheering on the Ukrainians and telling them, hey, we'll send you some arms, we're leading them on and we're making them believe that someday the American and the Western cavalry is coming to save them. So they are going to continue to blow off any kind of negotiation. They're not going to take that process seriously, and they're going to continue to be slaughtered. And this will drag on for years at least until they are fought to some form of a stalemate and a negotiation. I'm calling for lawmakers to be pragmatic, to recognize the world as it is. Ukraine has always been a buffer state. Let's try to cut a deal that stops the bloodshed and brings Russia back into our orbit as much as we possibly can. I know that's not 100% realistic, but we need to pull them away from the Chinese Communist Party. We have to think about what's best on the ground for people to alleviate the suffering, but then also what is best for our country in terms of the broader strategic picture. We need to stop playing on these hit pieces from the media and on silly emotions and think like actual rational adults that are putting our country first.
Oh, rational.